SantosTV, everyone. Hi, in this studio today we have our next man for Congress, Gabe Amos. Gabe, how are you? Thank you for coming to Santos TV.
It's great to be on Santos TV. It's great to be with you, my friend. I'm glad that I'm finally able to join you. This is a great service that you do to bring people together, and I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Thank you. Yeah, one of the reasons I do this is to bring politicians and everyone closer to the community, so the community knows who they are and what they're all about, and so we can get the pump and excited. So, Amo, give us a little introduction about you.
Yeah, so I grew up in Pawtucket. I'm the son of two West African immigrants. My dad came to Rhode Island from Ghana. My
Wow.
mom came from Liberia, and they met here in the 80s. And so, they're hardworking people, like a lot of folks in our community.
Okay.
My dad owns a liquor store not too far from here on Hartford Avenue. My mom is a nurse in nursing homes. And so I've, had that great upbringing and got an opportunity to work in government very early. I worked for Senator Whitehouse when he was running for the Senate in '06. Worked for Barack Obama. Worked for Gina Raimondo when she was governor. And then worked for President Biden up until 7 months ago when I resigned to run for Congress.
Wow, that's great. You've done a lot. You've done a lot in for the state and for yourself. One thing that I saw that you also have a family member in law enforcement, right?
Yeah, so
You see-
I've got an uncle. I have multiple in law enforcement. I have an uncle who was a Providence police officer, Maxwell Dorley.
Yes.
Who passed away actually 11 years ago.
Wow.
April 2012, while in the line of duty. He was in pursuit of an assailant and had an accident, unfortunately.
Yeah, I actually remember that, and I didn't know he was your family member. That was so I was like, that's right. Let me ask you right away because that's extremely important. So Gabe, what did you decided to run in this campaign?
Yeah, I decided to run in large part because I believe that Rhode Islanders need somebody who shares their values, right? This hard work I talk about with my parents, but who has also had the experience at the heights of government like I have. So when I worked for President Biden, I was the primary liaison to mayors and governors across the country. So with mayors in particular, which ended up being what I focused on at the end of my time, it was everything from dealing with gun violence, dealing with the American Rescue Plan and those funds coming through, dealing with a lot of the opportunities that we have to build things with the infrastructure law. So I got to touch a lot as related to crises, bad things happening, building collapses, hurricanes, snowstorms, etc. And then also good things like investing in our community, making sure that people have the resources to thrive in every community in this country. So when I saw that and I saw the opportunity, David Cicilline, who did such a great job, I know that his shoes would be hard to fill, but someone who, like me, has got that experience, but the energy and the passion to help people who help me. I grew up here, and every bit of my success I owe to people here in Rhode Island.
Wow, great! And not only that, you did wonderful in that election. You came out of nowhere and you just triumph. So
Well,
congratulations on
thank you.
that.
But we have one more election. This is
Yes.
what all the viewers should know, and I know you'll plug it some more.
Yep.
If you haven't voted yet, vote tomorrow at City Hall in Providence or your City Hall across the state, or vote on Tuesday at your normal polling place. So either one, please, please, I encourage everybody to vote. Even though I look, like we're trending well, the only thing that matters is how many people vote.
And
I
on
need a lot of people to vote.
and on Tuesday, how long is that polling place?
Great question. From 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yes.
And what date is that? I'm sorry.
So it's Tuesday, November 7th,
November 7th.
7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, November 7th. So, folks, you guys already know, get up and vote is extremely important. We have a, extremely tight race. We need to get there. We need to give Abe to make it to the White House, and he's going to make it, God willing. So, please, please remember to get out and, exert your right. That's your right to vote. Get out there and vote. And, Gabe, going to my next question. How do you perceive the future of Rhode Island from now on?
Look, one of the best things about Rhode Island is that it is a place where if you put your head down and work hard, great things can happen. But we have to make it so that's a reality for everybody. Just like my immigrant story is, there's so many immigrant stories, whether it's Dominican Republic, whether it's Colombia, whether it's West Africa, or we have new people here from Congo. We have people here tradition from the sort of communities traditionally Irish, Italian, etc. That story of hard work, everybody can thrive. And so what I want to do is make sure that we have an ability to have jobs and opportunity in key industries that are growing, whether it's research and development, whether it's tech, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's our blue economy, all of our undersea capacities. Then for our small businesses, so that it's not so burdensome to have a small business. We have to streamline taxes at the federal level and make sure that just like the big corporations got a bit of support from the federal government, that our small businesses to get support from our federal government. And I want to work with state leaders to make that happen. So, in summary, the future is bright, but you need leaders who are connected to the community, who have those values, and who are going to fight for people across the district. That's what I will do. That's what I'm committed to, and that's why I ran.
And we need more young people such as yourself. Like we need a lot more. Thank you for setting an example. Because you're going to set an example in Rhode Island so that they know that, like Obama said, yes, we can. That it can be done. So you're doing great with that, and I don't know how much to express. How grateful I am that you are in this race. And I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Um, can you tell our viewers something about yourself that we don't know?
Well, look, I would say a lot of people don't know that when I was younger, I used to sing a lot. I was in an a cappella group
Oh
in
wow.
high school. I was in an R&B and gospel, sometimes a cappella, sometimes instrumental group in college. So I do like song. I like music because for me, it is a way to one, connect with people because you don't necessarily know what somebody's life is, what their background is. But when a song comes up and you share an appreciation for that in common, is how you get to know one another. Song is a great way to do that. I think another thing people don't know about me is that I've got a big family. I have 5 brothers and 2 sisters. It's a blended family. My parents weren't married, but both were married afterwards. So I've got siblings all over the place. And sometimes people will come up to me and say, "Oh, I know you. I know your brother. I've seen you in this photo. You're Kerwin's brother. You're Josh's brother. You're Mercy's brother." So it's a big family, and that's my Rhode Island story. Is that we are so connected once you start to scratch beneath the surface and learn about somebody.
Okay, that's great. Great big family is always good, especially now in the holidays.
Well, I
Thanks.
want all those votes too.
This especially now in the holidays coming, Thanksgiving. I'm sure you all gonna get together, and I know you're gonna have a big celebration,
Yes,
a
big
big turkey.
Yeah. Big turkey. We're gonna have all of the fixings. They asked me the other day on an interview what my favorite Thanksgiving side dish is. I like stuffing.
Oh yeah.
Stuffing is my favorite.
Well, I'm sure this Thanksgiving is gonna be a different Thanksgiving than every other Thanksgiving you had in your life.
This is true. This is true.
Especially because we need a champion like yourself that's gonna, use his voice, to help Afro Islanders, to do better for our state. I'm gonna give you the last word. That maybe there's something that we didn't hit any topic, so I'm gonna give it to you, and then also the last pitch to our viewers.
Okay. Well, first off, thank you so much, Santos, for having me on. Thank you so much for everybody who's watching. And I hope that people take from this that this is an important election. Every election is important,
Yeah.
but this one is important because we had such a great champion in David Cicilline, and we need to continue that progress and momentum of fighting for Rhode Island families. If successful, when I go to Congress, I'm going to make sure that there aren't cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'm going to fight hard to make sure we reduce the number of guns on our streets, too much gun violence that we have. I'm going to make sure that we pursue a comprehensive solution to our immigration problems. It is not just build the wall. It is about how do we have funding and invest in our asylum courts, our immigration courts, and get people on a path to work permits and a pathway to legalization and citizenship. Ultimately, the American dream is something I believe in, that everybody should have an opportunity to live in. And of course, I want to make sure that we have great opportunity for all to create jobs in this state, in this economy, locally, so that everybody is seeing the benefits. And we lastly, I don't talk about this often, but I know this is so important, is our investing in our schools. And the way that I believe we do that is we address a lot of the things that our young people face when they're going into the classroom, whether it's mental health challenges, whether it's child hunger, whether it's unstable housing. I know how affordable housing has been lacking. So if you're in more than one school district in a year, your opportunities for success decrease. And also making sure that we're recruiting and retaining teachers so that they can be here in Rhode Island and build a community in that school that lasts beyond that individual school year. So all of that is important. But know this, I am you. I am one of you. I have these deep Rhode Island values, a deep connection to our strengths, and I believe in our possibilities. We can do great things. We will do it together. And as you said, like President Obama, who just put out this morning that he supports me. He just put it out this morning that he supports me. He said, yes, we can. And I believe we can, and we will together.
Nice. And you know what? With those words, you hit like all the notes. You said all the right things. And there's no reason why people should not get out there on Tuesday, on the 7th, November 7th, and vote, because we need people like you. We need you to be there to support us and, be a champion for us in our state. So again, I want to thank you so much, Gabe, for coming to Santos TV and give us, a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to our community. And hopefully in the future, you'll come back again.
I'll be back. That's a promise. I'll be back. But if everybody does their job on November 7th, on Tuesday, by 8 p.m., we are going to do great things together. So I'll be back here to share that work and get your feedback on what I should be doing.
Exactly, and we'll send you to the White House. Again, folks, please, I can't stress enough, get out on November 7th. It's open from 8 in the morning, right?
At 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Gabe Amo for Congress. GabeAmo.com if you have any questions, but I look forward to the work ahead.
Excellent. So again, to folks, thank you, Gabe, for being here today. And folks, get out and vote. Thank you for Santos TV again, and see you soon. Close.
Come this way.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, I love it. Well, what I want to say to you is thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. I don't want to mention your father because he knows he's my neighbor. But I'm proud that you are young people to do this. So this is for me because I have 4 kids. Right now, one is in the army. So it has to be, the education. So we keep it, the kids, give it, better education like in Rhode Island. Because the education in Rhode Island is very down. So we need to keep it up and putting, the kids doing the best, like you. Yeah. So this is the samples. That's what made me so happy to be close to you, to be, you go to the Congress. I went there to the office, and I feel like, oh my God, this is so nice. I'm like my son or my family or my relatives go, to doing that opportunity. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. And thank you for your service, working so diligently on behalf of your constituents, being everywhere, showing up everywhere, not just going to events, but doing the hard work of what sometimes people say is a part-time job. No. It's full-time. You give all of yourself to it.
It's not only full-time. It's an extra time. Yeah. I take in my, because I want to learn every community. Not only my community need it. Yep. So all the community in Rhode Island needs something. So that's the reason I go different places to learn what are the way you do it. And then I can bring it, the good thing for my community. So we have to support.
Thank you.
We have to support you.
Yeah.
Don't forget, remember this Tuesday, 7. This is my lucky number.
Yes.
I'm working for the number 7. So
7.
support 8 hours. God bless you guys.
Thank you.